Yeah.
The one that he was always talking about, Johnny DeStefano. Yes,
Yeah.
was the head of PPO.
He wasn't hiring the MAGA people.
Right. Well, yeah, but he wasn't somebody put him in his place, right? We need to take it back to like the Reince Priebus decisions, right? Like it's always, in my experience, it's always like a flaw to stop not high enough up the chain. The problem is that you got to look at the top. And one of the president's biggest weaknesses, and I love the president, I mean, literally everywhere, was his idea that you could run this like a business where you have competing ideas and the team of what do they call it? The team of warriors or something, the team of people that fight with each other. I forget what it's called. But yeah, that doesn't work in government.
No, I interrupted because I just said combatants. I just threw a word out.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a phrase, but yeah, it doesn't work in government. You need to be completely united. The funny thing is everybody accuses him of being like this person who demanded a loyalty test and all this stuff. And you're like, no, like there was no loyalty test. Like there was the worst people ever were brought in. Like, I mean, as I said, you could just, how are you supposed to work with people who literally say the day before they get hired, I hate this president and all of his policies? They didn't even ask people. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why at State Department weren't there 10,000 version of Darrens who understood what was happening with the Atlanticists, as he calls them brilliantly, and all of that, and all of our struggles in Europe? Instead, you had people hired like on purpose at State Department who didn't even vote for the president, didn't like the president, and couldn't articulate his policies or his agenda towards Europe, towards the Middle East, towards anything. You could talk. I mean, I remember talking to these people, and like they had this woman who was running immigration on the State Department side before, and I was doing communications for a lot of that, but I mean on the policy side. And I was like, this was after the caravan stuff was happening. And I was like, hey, are we going to have a meeting about this? Like, well, we got to jump on this. Like, yo, there's a caravan. Like, let's deal with this. And she was like, oh yeah, I know. We need to do something about this. It's terrible what they're doing to those children. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? How are you working here? How are you here? Like, I mean, it was so wretched. Like that is one of the things. I saw one of the questions on the side at one point that was like, if Trump ran again, would you work for him? And I have to say, of course, yes, I would. If somebody tells me who's doing the hiring, like if somebody really, really correct does the hiring. And, I got to give a little hint of some stuff that's to come, which is people are documenting this. And there's going to be some really interesting books and shows and all kinds of stuff coming out about the personnel issues. And that's my little hint, but I can't go into it further than that.